Okay, so basically, what we want to do now is look at the information that we've gathered from the assessments. And we want to try to see what it tells us. So, first of all, what information does this case study provide as far as the student's strengths and weaknesses? Well, this student appears to be pretty strong in phonemic awareness, which means that she probably has an understanding of word families and how to manipulate letters or graphemes in a way as deletion. She understands consonant blends and things of the sort that give her a pretty strong foundation phonemically. She also appears to have a good understanding of vocabulary knowledge at a grade appropriate level. And she has the ability to probably understand appropriate texts at grade levels. So she's reading and comprehending what she is reading. Now what I would do is I would administer, well, let me back up here. Information that is missing is other assessments associated with other parts of reading, such as fluency and the ability to recognize sight words that appear in high frequency, irregular and regular. And that's important because those are the things that could possibly affect a student's ability to read fluently. And if a student is unable to read fluently, then it may also start to affect their comprehension because they're concentrating too much on the words instead of being able to read through a text fluently and focus on what they're reading about. Now, what assumptions can we make about the student's academic performance? This particular student probably can perform at the benchmark or strategic levels in areas of reading. It looks like she has the knowledge that she needs at her grade, which is grade 2. What assessments from the core would I administer to gain additional academic information? Once again, I would probably administer the core graded high frequency word survey. This tests the student's knowledge about high frequency words, regular and irregular, and this would help me to be able to determine if the student will be able to identify and quickly read words that will appear in high frequency at grade level. As you pass through grades, there are certain words that are going to appear more and more. So the core high frequency word survey basically has that laid out at the grade appropriate levels. Another test that I would administer would be the core reading maze comprehension test, because now at this point I want to determine if the student can understand what they're reading at grade appropriate levels. I don't want to just see that the student can read. I want to see if the student understands what they're reading, because this is important, of course. We're reading to understand what we're reading. That's the whole significance of reading. That is the final destination that we want to get to with our reading. What informal assessments would I administer? I would basically monitor the student in class. During exercises where we're reading out loud, I would be paying attention if this student is reading fluently, if this student is recognizing high frequency words. How many times do I have to correct this student? Different things like that. I would also do something that measures their ability to comprehend the text also. So we can do that at the same time while we're reading. And also the student can work independently through accelerated reading tests. And at the end of those tests, most of the time they have a comprehension pretty much test where the student has to answer a certain amount of questions about what they read. So this right here could help you in measuring if the student understands what they're reading. Number 6, based on the information provided, what might be some appropriate English language arts goals for this student? For this particular student, I would pretty much start focusing on some grade 2 writing strategies, such as organization and focus. So 1.1 under organization and focus, it is to group related ideas and maintain a consistent focus. We want to start taking this student to higher levels and start training them for what they're going to be doing in the higher grades. So this is an excellent place to start. Also, I would implement 1.4 as a goal, and that is to revise original drafts to improve sequence and provide more descriptive detail. What we want to do with any student that is writing, we want to make sure that they understand what they're reading, comprehend it, and then are able to bring it back to us or relay that back through their writing skills. And this is something that this student will continue to do over a lifetime of education. So pretty much we want to start cultivating that right now at a young age so that they're in the practice and they understand how to do this. Number 7, from my readings in Make It, Take It, I think an appropriate instructional strategy for this particular student would be things that help that student discuss key concepts, gain new vocabulary. Also, gather clues based on illustrations. Start looking at the text in a different way. They should be able to verbally express their opinions about the books that they read. And all of these things will help the student overall to comprehend, be able to write about it, be able to verbally discuss what they think about it, and that promotes a whole lot of higher level thinking. So as we know, all of these skills are interrelated, and we need to focus on all of them so that they keep building upon one another. And that, of course, is my humble opinion of how I would bring this particular student along. Thank you very much. I hope that I covered the things that I needed to cover, and this was a very, very enlightening course for me. Thank you.